What's going on, you guys? It's your man, Two Down Dan, back with another video. And today I'm in a parking lot right now, and I'm not even heading out onto the full road right now. Hold up, I don't know what this guy's up to, doing some weird stuff, no blinker or anything. Bro, if you're in a car and you're doing some shit, put a blinker on, bro, for real, so that people know what you're doing. But you read the title correctly. I am not baiting anybody here. I am actually going to tell you 5 things that I hate about the Ninja 500. I know that sounds crazy because for the last year, all I've been doing is praising this Ninja 500. And for good reason, for really, really good reason. The Ninja 500 is absolutely fantastic. However, now that I've been on it for about a year and stuff, I want to try to give my best impressions for things that I don't like on this bike. Just to kind of be realistic, there's definitely a few things about this bike that I wish were maybe a little bit different, had a little bit more upgrades or something. So let's dive into those 5 things right now. But before we do, today is literally Black Friday. So I've been talking about these deals. All of the other creators you've probably seen talking about these deals. NBT, Tramoto, 6061, MPM motorcycle mats. What else do we got that's on sale? Let me think. Dude, yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. All the links are in the description of this video. Go. Get you some nice motorcycle gear while you can, while it's on sale. You guys know the deal with me. I do this all the time. I show you. I got my NBT armor right in the side. Let me actually put it this way. Oh my God, you guys. I just dropped the camera mid-vlog, and guess what? I don't care, because we got NBT, we got Tramoto right here. These kits are sick. Be expecting a long-form review soon of everything that I rock and wear, including the light kit, the pro kit, the belt. Also, the, I really hope you guys can see it, but on the back of my helmet, I have the Tag Easy, which has all of my medical information and everything like that. But I appreciate you guys sticking around and listening to that quick little tidbit about Black Friday, because I really want you guys to get hooked up with all this dope stuff that I use and ride that makes my life easy. So I know it will help you guys and make your life better as well. So let's start it off with the first thing about the Ninja 500 that I hate. And I want to bring up this one first because none of my problems with the Ninja 500 are, per se hate. I'm saying hate, even though I literally don't hate anything about this bike. I just kind of wanted to make that as the title so that people are like, okay, what do we not like about the Ninja 500? Well, the first things first is definitely going to be the SE frame sliders. Now, I don't know who or what, they were thinking when they created these or whatever, because if you can't tell, right here is already starting to be, due to the heat coming off the engine and everything, this weld point right here is becoming extremely weak, and these frame sliders are popping off pretty frequently. Not just for myself, but for other riders. People who have only dropped their bike like one time, and then boom, these things are toast. And as you guys know, my loyal followers know, I don't even have the right side on anymore because it broke off on that exact part that I'm talking about. So frame sliders should be able to take damage, like in my opinion, multiple drops. If it's at a standstill, there is no way that this frame slider should break. Like, yes, it protected the bike and the exhaust and the stuff that I needed it to protect, but at the same time, it needs to be able to hold up and, take that damage multiple times, or else, in my opinion, it's really not that great of a frame slider. So it kind of stinks that, it's nice that it's a feature that the bike comes with for the SE. However, it's something that you might eventually end up having to replace if you really want a good set of frame sliders, maybe TST or RNG. I would look at those for some options. Number two, the second thing I really don't like about the Ninja 500 is how short first gear feels. Now, let me kind of explain that, right? So when I'm at a stop and I'm, clutch pulled in and we're ready to go, the light goes green. Damn near the second I get done with releasing the clutch and getting on the throttle a bit, I'm already going like 15, 20 miles an hour, and the bike is singing like it's like holy shit, I already need the second gear. So I do wish first gear I could get to like, more towards like the 35 mile an hour range. However, it's pretty much like 20, 25, 30 max, bro. You should be shifting up into second. So it's like the second you get out of a stop or a green light or something like that, you're in first and then you immediately have to switch into second, which can be a little intimidating and a little bit tedious / annoying or whatever, depending on how you see that. But for me, as a person who's, just riding on the street and everything like that, I'm not doing any racing with this bike. It's totally fine to have to shift so many times and everything while I'm on the street. It honestly keeps me engaged while I'm riding. But yeah, that's just definitely something to note, is that you're not going to be getting a lot of power in first gear. You're going to be getting a little bit of power, get that bike rolling, then click up into second. Boom, same thing with second. Get another like 20 miles an hour, boom, kick up to third. So like every 20 miles an hour, you're going to be banging up into the next gear. So definitely keep that in mind. Okay, so we talked about frame sliders and we talked about how short first gear is. Now let's talk about another thing that kind of deals with shifting and gearing, a quick shifter. I mentioned this in my last video and I'm mentioning it again now. I totally understand that this is a beginner bike, okay? Which means it doesn't have premium features. It's, a certain price point and everything like that. I get it. Totally understand. I'm not really that peeved or anything that this bike doesn't have a quick shifter. It would just be so nice if this bike came with a quick shifter. That's really all it is. Being able to stay pinned on the throttle and then just kicking with your foot, boom, boom, boom. That just seems so nice to me. And the bike is looking so good right now. Yeah, I'm going to turn it around real quick just so that I can, as I'm talking about it, you can see the other side of the bike, because I've been showing you the left side the whole time, which is really dope. So, yeah, dude, I think that is definitely something to be considered as well, is the fact that it doesn't have premium tech. It's going to have the very basics, and you're just going to have to live with that. You're going to have to live with your just, regular bike, shifting up and down, no auto blip down, no quick shifter up, but you're getting a hell of a fun bike. So, boom, we just knocked off 3 things really quickly. And now the fourth thing that I hate about this bike, and this is mostly a problem with the SE models only, right? Because I have a key fob instead of a key. It became incredibly annoying to need the key for the gas cap, okay? So number 4 on the list of things I hate about the Ninja 500 is the fact that you need your key for the gas cap, yet you don't need the key for the bike. Like, you literally, if you guys don't know this already with the Ninja 500, it has this little key part, but hold on, that doesn't go in there anywhere. As you can see, you're like, huh? It just clicks like that, and then the screen turns on. I hope you guys know that by now. And then the key literally only works for taking off the back seat, right? So it's kind of stupid. So if you're riding around the Ninja 500 and you have an OEM gas cap, right? Every time you pull up to the station, you now need to fumble with your gloves, your phone, all your shit to get the key just to open the gas cap. So that was, I was like, no, this is stupid, this is silly. The second I found out about these race gas caps, I ordered one immediately. Now, you can use Vortex, you can use a whole other, bunch of companies that make these. However, if you want the one that I have, they have different colors for, this gold that I use in the middle. You can get all different types. this is TWM special components made by TWM. So yeah, if you are like me and you're getting annoyed as hell of having to use your key for the gas cap, dude, get a race gas cap and be done with it. It's so easy. That's number 4, right? Okay, and then real quick, let me just run these down. So we got frame sliders we hate the gas cap, we hate the short shifting in not short shifting, how short first gear feels, and then we have the, I literally forget what the 4th one was, but we're on to number 5. You guys know it. You can put it in the comments and say this was the 4th one that you missed. But number 5 is going to be the fact that, again, these are all problems with the SE model. If you have the base model, you're not even going to be able to have these problems. But the SE comes with a seat pillion, I believe they're called, pillion seat cover, which is, different from this nice leather one that I get here. It has a little bit of kind of grip in this little triangular section, and then it's all green plastic up here, color match this green. So I love the fact that they give you that option from changing out the OEM seat and putting a seat pillion on here. However, I hate the fact that it can't just swap in and out, right? Okay, so for this one, if you notice this little latch right here, okay, this goes underneath right here so that as I install this, right, so the latch goes underneath and then it just clicks into place, right? So latch plus clicking into place, this comes nowhere near coming out. Now tell me why, when I want to put the seat, the pillion cover on, tell me why I can't just take this off and put the pillion cover right on with the exact same, type of mechanism. Like, why didn't they make the pillion cover with this and this? For some reason, it's a different setup, and with this screw hole right here, I have to use a socket wrench and shit and put in this other little latch so that it works with the pillion cover. Now, Kawasaki, I don't know what the hell y'all were thinking about with that one. That one makes literally no sense to me at all. If someone can make sense of why the pillion cover doesn't just go on the exact same way as the rear seat, I would love to know that. But in my opinion, it's a huge design flaw, and I've had it happen almost every single time that I want to go ride this bike with a passenger, or vice versa. If I have the pillion cover on and then I want to ride with a passenger, almost every time I get out to my bike, I realize that I forgot my socket wrench and the little piece of metal that goes on there to install, and then the pillion seat cover goes on. So the fact that you can't switch those is pretty annoying. But yo, that is a quick rundown of 5 things that I hate about the Ninja 500. Now, it was hard for me to come up with this list because I love this bike so much, and I would say most of these are like nitpicky type things for sure. So yeah, do what you will with this information. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. Also, if you have a Ninja 500 and there's something else that you particularly don't like, I would love to know that. That would be freaking sick. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I love the whole key fob situation. I love that it's keyless, all that stuff. But yeah, dude, you just got to get a race gas cap, and then the fact that the pillion cover doesn't go on and off is just super silly. Let me check real quick, my gang. Yo, we got 12 minutes before I got to be back on the clock and back driving and delivering orders. One of the last things I'm going to leave you guys with today is EARPEACE. I don't think I've even shown you these since I got them. I'm not wearing them right now just because I barely even rode down the street. But this is the bottom portion, and it comes with the 3rd earplug, which is dope, just in case you drop one of the original 2 or you lose it or what have you. You always have a 3rd in here, which is super dope. And then I'm also going to show you, the other side real quick. But dude, these are $40, and they're some of the best moto earplugs you can get. I've done my research on all of them, whether it's a foam insert, whether it's loop earplugs, whether it's what is that other, I think they're called like Alpine Racing earplugs or something. There's another brand that's super popular, but EARPEACE is up there with the top ones, you guys. So I'm sure they're probably running some Black Friday deals as well. I'm going to be doing a full review, a full, showcase how to put these in and out, because they do go into your ears a specific way. And, dude, they've been a lifesaver for me. Even if you have a Cardo, you can still wear these EARPEACE earplugs in there. They're actually designed for that. They're designed to still allow you to listen to music and hear communications and all that. They're just mainly designed to keep out those bad, high-pitched decibel noises that these bikes are throwing off with the exhaust. So, yeah, I've tested them out. I can still hear everything great left and right all around me, but I do notice the wind noise and the sound from the exhaust is so much better. So, yeah, it's a quick little product to add to, our repertoire of safety products that we're putting, that I'm trying to, get you guys on board with, because like I said, I've said this before, I don't use shit products. I've never used shit products my entire life. Like, I've always wanted the best gear, the best, skis, sporting equipment, whatever it was, I always wanted to use the best. I love the Ninja 500. It's one of the best beginner bikes or just bikes you can have for the road in general. Like I said, I hope you guys just enjoyed this video of me chilling and talking next to the bike. I'm just trying to get back into the flow of things. So this is day 3 of daily uploads. This is pretty sick. I'm stoked. And like I said again, hope you guys had the best Thanksgiving yesterday, and I hope you're chilling with your family today on Friday, looking to have a nice, sweet weekend. If you got any crazy or dope weekend plans, or if you're just going to be doing like Friendsgiving, eating leftovers and stuff, let me know, dude, because I'll be chilling. I'll be hanging out, probably by myself, looking to, communicate and talk to all you guys. So thank you guys so much. If you don't know already, I give you the option to subscribe in the middle right now, and I got 2 videos left and right. Please go watch one if you got time. We got playlists and videos for days. Later, you guys, I'll catch you on the next one. It's been your man, 2 Down. Peace.